Today on Weenie Envy, Pyrewild Shaman. Now, Pyrewild Shaman is 2-1 red for a 3-1 creature with a Blood Rush effect. That means when you can pay 1-1 red, discard Pyrewild Shaman, and then target attacking creature gets +3/+1. Now, although you wouldn't necessarily use this very often, it actually can use on your opponent's attacking creatures. Say if for some reason your opponent, you have a multiplayer game and your opponent is attacking one of your other opponents, you can help blood rush the infect creature that your opponent's swinging out with just to make it that much more powerful. You're not going to win any competitions, you're not going to make any friends, but that does work. And its ability is that whenever one or more of your creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, and if it's in your graveyard, you can pay 3 colorless mana to return it to your hand. That's where it becomes an interesting effect. As we talked about spell shapers and things like Squee, Goblin, Nabo, you can pull this out of your graveyard. That's a reanimator type of effect that red doesn't get very often. This is a rare creature from Dragon's Maze, and it's a very, very powerful creature, a Goblin Shaman, but just being able to blood rush onto something else is very strong, and then being able to pull it back out for 3 colorless is worthwhile. It gives you something you can do in the later part of the game. In fact, for 5 mana, that means you can give a creature +3/+1 every turn by, as soon as it gets through, blood rush it onto the creature, and then when it deals damage, you pay the 3 colors and pull the Pyrewild Shaman back up. In fact, you can do this again. If you have 7 mana between double strike and first strike, you can actually do this effect. Because there is that pause, that momentary pause between first strike damage and regular combat damage, allowing you to pull it back up to your hand and blood rush it onto something else, which is a neat little effect that also means, that's something else that most people might overlook when playing a card like this. And that's why it's the subject of today's Weenie Envy. It has a lot of combat tricks that aren't normally available to other types of cards. And I hope that means this has inspired you to put it into a deck or build a strategy around it. So Pyrewild Shaman, excellent card. The subject of today's Weenie Envy. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, or a wonderful evening, and I hope tomorrow's even better. Take care, everyone, and good games.